One of the things I like about Heliodyne is that this isn't their first rodeo. You know, they've been through several generations of this. They're one of the few companies that were able to endure that period from the early '80s up through the 2000s, the millennium, and that really weeded out a lot of the companies that didn't that couldn't compete, that didn't have a good product, that didn't support the product. And then also it made for a very mature, evolved design. So it just kept incrementally getting better and better. And so people can come up and say, hey, we've got the latest and greatest evacuated tube from China, blah, blah, blah. But they have no idea what kind of problem they're going to run into in the field in year 2 or year 5, whereas Heliodyne has gone through that curve decades ago. And so you're dealing with a real reliable hardware and a real reliable support network, and that's really important on solar thermal because callbacks completely kill your profit margin, and so you want to be able to go out there and install it right the first time and have the hardware that'll hold up, and so that's why I go with Heliodyne. The collectors, we're very happy that it's a very mature, evolved design. And we want something that's very reliable and that we have experience putting up, and we have it's really a trouble-free type installation, particularly with the DOS discs and the proprietary the proprietary Heliodyne system for attaching the collectors is a really well thought out system. It's easy to install. It's fault tolerant in terms of getting the angles just right on things. You don't have to solder up on someone's, right up above the deck of someone's roof. It's very easy to switch things out. It's a very reliable system. So, of all the different ways to put collectors together, it's the system we really like using. And then just the general toughness of the Heliodyne, the Gobi collectors. That's a beefy piece of glass there. It's about half the weight of the whole unit is that glass, and I did extensive installations in the Midwest where we get some really god-awful hailstorms, and I've replaced other broken brands of collectors before, but I never had to replace a Gobi because of that. And from time to time, I actually had people drop, wrenches and things like that on a Gobi, and they're tough, and so that's something that gives a lot of reassurance to the client. Is that you got something up there that's real beefy, that's going to hold up, because they're looking at a 40-year life cycle on these things, and so it's good that you have something that really looks like it's going to hold up there for that period of time. When we first heard about that the HCOM would be coming out, we're really excited because that solves so many engineering problems that we have, and it makes it so much easier to deal with the client engineers in terms of they want to see ratings on things and performance on things, and to have a pre-engineered package for a commercial job saves us a lot of time, brings a lot of credibility to the project, and we're very, very happy to be able to use HCOM on this. And then some of the automated features like the automatic backflush at nighttime on the water side, because that's the side that'll scale up on the heat exchanger, and the fact that it goes through and backflushes that for us. Just little things like that may not show up on that first week of operation, but really cuts down on the callbacks 5 months down the road, a year down the road. And also for the more sophisticated client that you're working with on a commercial job, and they typically have brought in a consulting engineer, those are the kind of extra features that they really like to see. With the integrated catch tank and the ability to pump back in from the catch tank, the different consulting engineers are really impressed by that, and it simplifies their overall design. They might have a design on 2 different pads, and they have all different ancillary equipment hooked up to your solar because it's based on their previous commercial solar experience, and you show that, hey, you drop the HCOM in, you put in your 2 expansion tanks, drop in your water storage tank, and that's it. And they love to see that kind of a compact footprint. The the Delta T Pro controller that's the heart of the HCOM, and then also is used on the HPACs. Several things. One is the ability to document production. The solar harvest is just wonderful, because that's the thing that's ultimately the reason the client is buying it, and so they can go and look at their gas bill and see, oh, it's a little lower here, a little lower there, but to be able to go out and click on their laptop and say, this is how many BTUs they made today, this is how much CO2 they saved today, here's the temperature in their tanks. That really matches the kind of demographic of the people who are in the market for these systems, and so it really gives them a positive feedback that's really it really helps us close the sale. When we do a demonstration for a new potential client, we can say, okay, this one that we installed, in this same county here's what it's producing right now. Here's what their tank temperature is. Here's how much it's done in the last month, in the last year, and that gives. Everyone can show up with spreadsheets to say, here's how much we think you're going to save, but it's really great when you say, hey, here's how much this customer is saving right now, and you can document your same kind of performance. So, and it's also great if you ever have to do any troubleshooting. We can go back through and say, oh, last Tuesday suddenly the tank temperature dropped. What happened? And so it really helps us figure things out, and we like that a lot. What's really nice with the Delta T Pro is, everyone has a laptop with Wi-Fi, and they can see, here's how much I saved today, here's how much I saved this week. And so being able to quantify the financial benefits and the carbon dioxide benefits to the client is a real big selling factor.